Hey, what's up, Halo fans? Welcome to another edition of the Halo Effect. I am Robert Lockhart. Hey, let's talk some baseball, huh? Okay, little bit of news coming out of the Angels organization. They have made their next move in the offseason. They have signed Alec Manoah. Well, I mean, it's not, when you look at it on paper, it's not as bad as it looks. You know, I, a lot of people may think, okay, he's a throwaway. Angels are going again on the bargain basement, stuff like that. Let's think about this for a second. Alec Manoah came up as a number one. It was a number one pick. He was a number one prospect, if I remember correctly, with the Toronto Blue Jays, and made quite an impression. His first season, he did really well. In 2022, he had a Cy Young caliber season. If I remember correctly, I think he finished third in the Cy Young voting. So, I mean, make of that what you will. The guy's got the stuff to make it happen, you know? So there's really no denying that. Now, as per his downfall was pretty much, he had to have Tommy John surgery. He had a bit of the yips. I think it kind of came after hitting Taylor Ward in the face. I think we all remember that one. But, you know, you go through Tommy John surgery, you guys got to remember that you're going to have issues. You're going to have problems when you're first kind of shaking off the rust. It's not going to go well. I mean, you take a look at Walker Buehler, same thing. You know, he's still shaking off the rust. By the time he got traded to Philadelphia, he actually started to show the kind of promise that, you know, he did with the Dodgers before he got hurt. So, I mean, that's all good things. You know, you really got to give it time. By the time he actually got back to the Blue Jays, he started doing his rehab assignment, and the Blue Jays basically kind of figured, okay, well, we're kind of loaded now. We really have no use for you. And rather than trading him, I think they tried to. They just couldn't find a buyer. They DFA'd him, and the Braves claimed him off of waivers. As far as I know, he did okay with the Braves in Gwinnett and their AAA team. But, I mean, you think about the Braves. They're loaded with pitchers. I mean, right now they have like 8 rotation pieces at the major league level. So, you know, they just didn't re-sign him. They just kind of let him walk. So the Angels signed him to a prove-it deal. 1 year, just a hair under $2 million. I think that's a bargain, if you ask me. Especially considering the fact that A, he's got the stuff. B, he's still shaking off the rust, and that could be beneficial to the Angels. And C, we got probably the best pitching coach in the game right now. I mean, Pete Walker's good, don't get me wrong. But Mike Maddox is legendary when it comes to pitching coaches. When you think about the squads that he's coached, you know, you think about the 2017, 2018 Nationals, you think how good they were? Oh, man. Talking about one of the better teams, one of the better rotations in baseball. Think about the Cardinals a little bit after that. Their rotation got really good. Won the World Series with the Texas Rangers a couple of years ago. Their pitching staff is very good when his pitching staff is healthy. So that's kind of a knock. That's the biggest knock on him is, you know, it's like, well, what happens here? Like half my rotation's down. So, you know, these add up to something good for Alec Manoah. I can actually look the other way. I think everybody can. Come on, you got to admit that when Taylor Ward got hit, it was an accident. You know, we can't hold that against him. He wasn't actually trying to throw it his face. The ball slipped out of his hand. It hit Ward, and it cost him half his 2023 season, where he was actually building on his excellent 2022 season. That was his breakout season, Bollinger. Oh, if you guys can't tell, I really don't like the Angels beat writer. He's kind of an idiot. Yes, I'll say that. He needs to pull his head out of his ass and realize Taylor Ward's breakout season was 2022. Take a look, Bollinger. But aside from that aside, this could actually be a steal for the Angels. A 1-year prove deal on a guy who's still shaking off the rust from a Tommy John surgery, going into his first full major league season after doing his rehab assignments last year. And with probably the best pitching coach in the major leagues, this could be a steal. It really can be. Now, they're not going to stop. They're still looking for another couple of pitchers for the rotation. They still have guys in-house like Caden Dana, like Sam Aldegari, and of course, George Clausen. And if he's actually ready to go, the one, the only Ryan Johnson, who didn't spend a day in the minor leagues until he got sent back down because he was just getting clobbered. It happens. But anyway, he's looking good thus far too. He pitched in high A all last year to like a 1.98 ERA, something like that. Pretty good. So, with that said, like I said, this could be good for the Angels. It may not pan out. You never know. It could actually go very, very poorly. But I think it's going to go okay. I don't think it's going to be great. I don't think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be right there in the middle. And Alec Manoah is going to be a pretty decent trade piece by July. So, we'll leave it there. I'll keep you guys posted on anything else that happens. And until then, go Halos.